This conference will now be
All
recorded.
are doing great and ready for another session. So, welcome to lesson 3 of our course. And before I just start, if my voice is clear for you, just give a quick thumbs up in the chat. Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So, welcome to lesson 3 of our course. And let's quickly recap what we covered in our last session. So, we discussed about input function, right? So, how to take inputs and then print it in the output, and how to do data type conversion and incrementing a value. And even we discussed about while loops. So, today, what we are going to cover is we are going to see infinite loops. How do we create infinite loops? What is the solution for it? And then we'll cover the most important topic of like one of the most important topic of programming, conditional statements using if else statements. And we'll also discuss a break keyword, even nested while loops, like loop inside loop. So let me quickly share the today's lesson plan again in the chat. You can also try opening and make a copy of it. Let me share my screen. So again, like click on file and click on the copy, so you can make your own copy so that you can work alongside me. Okay, so we'll have a quick recap of while loops and then we'll go for the infinite while loops. So while loop repeats a block of code as long as the condition is true, right? So we have done the while loop yesterday for printing numbers from 1 to 5. So we have initiated a variable which is I. You can take any variable name. You can even take like count or any variable name for it with but follow the variable naming criteria. Like there are few naming criteria which we have to follow. So we have discussed in the first lesson. We call it like Python identifiers. So we should follow that while we name the variables. So I equal to 1 is a variable created, and then for while loop the syntax is here. So syntax is like grammar of the programming language which we have to follow. So while is the keyword, so we cannot change it, and the condition, like according to what we want it in the output, the condition depends. So here we want to print numbers from 1 to 5, so we have taken the condition I less than or equal to 5. So if you can get the same numbers 1 to 5 with some other logic, you can even try that. So here you are printing I, then you are incrementing one value till it reaches 5. So while loop, once you enter the while block, so you will come out again when the while statement becomes false. But for entering also, this condition has to be true. If not, we are not going to enter the while loop. So this clearly we have discussed in the yesterday's class, right? So what is indentation here? So we discussed about indentation too. Do we have brackets to enter the Python block here? Or so what is indentation? Indentation is important because to enter a block of code in Python programming language, the spacing we call it like indentation. It's important because we don't have brackets like other programming languages. So either you follow the standard practice of 4 or 2 spaces for each level of indentation. So, and this program I wanted you to try. Did you try it? Like you want a minute? So my voice is still breaking. Is that for everybody? If it's breaking, I'll try changing the headphones and try once. You can put it in the chat if my voice is breaking. Okay, it's fine for try changing the headphones and connect with a different connection, Varalakshmi, because it's okay for others. Try reconnecting once. So take 30 seconds. If you didn't try yesterday, try this program. Like you have to print 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 in the output using the while loop. So you have to think of a condition and the initial value, like which value you want to start with. So based on the logic, the program might change, but you will be having again 4 lines of code you have to use. You can take this as reference and try this. But the output should be 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. So do try it. If you are able to do it, you can just put like done in the chat, or if you have any questions or help doing it, you can I like you can even ask that. You can keep trying. I'll also start typing it from my end, but yeah, so don't look at my screen, just try. Should I write a equal to a plus 1 or something changes here? What should I write here? So I have initialized a variable which is a equal to 3, while a less than or equal to 12, I'm printing a, and then a equal to a plus. So initially the code is starting from 3. So if it's less than or equal to 12, we are checking the condition. So 3 less than or equal to 12, it's true here. So we are going to enter the block of code. Then we are printing the 3 here. So then we are incrementing. The next number we want is 5, right? So we have to increment the value of a to 5. So I should write it to here. So the value will be 5. And then again, like it would go check the condition again, 5 less than or equal to 12, it's true. It would again be inside the loop. It would print a, which would be now 5. So 5 plus 2, again 7, checks the condition. It would repeat till it's printing 11. After printing 11, 11 plus 2 is 13, right? So when it checks the condition 13 less than or equal to 12, it, so it, so it would be any questions with this? So I hope like you simple. So am I audible now? Is my voice okay? Okay, it might be the headphones issues. Like now, I directly connected with the laptop's speaker. Yeah. So if you have any issues, like yeah, let me know again. I have to confirm whether it's a headphones or the internet issue. Yeah. Thank you so much. So like we did this code, right? I'm hoping like you're clear with this simple while block. So let's see what happens if you don't have a condition which becomes false. So we have this condition here. If it's true, we are going to enter the while block, right? What if the condition is always true? what if there is no uh, false yeah. So what if the condition is always true and we don't have any statement which becomes false, and we have no option to come out of the while block? So that is nothing but the infinite while loops. So infinite while loop is a never ending while loop here. So it does not have any stopping condition. In other words, the condition specified in an infinite while loop is always true. To stop an infinite while loop, you have to manually stop it by interpreting the code execution, or we have some other keyword. So we are going to see after conditional statements, there is one more method other than this manually stopping. So we call it like break keyword. We are going to see it after conditional statements. So if the while block is always true, so it's a infinite while loops, right? So let's create one infinite while loop. I don't suggest you create a infinite while loop, because sometimes like if you just forget it, like sometimes the laptops get stuck too. So uh, if I equal to 0 while true, so without giving any condition, I'm directly giving a true value here. So I equal to I plus 1. So if you can see it clearly, I initialized a variable with I equal to 0, and instead of giving some condition, you can even give a condition like I less than 10. It's always true, so you can directly write true here. And then I'm incrementing I value, I equal to I plus 1. So if I write this code and run it, so I don't have a statement like which becomes false to come out of the while loop. If I run it, so I'm into a infinite while loop now. So the only way like to come out of infinite while loop is I have to manually stop it or use the break keyword. So now I value has incremented to some value here. So if I want to print the value of I now, what is your guess? Like, will it be hundreds, thousands, 1 lakh? I just run it for maybe 30 seconds, not more than that. So the Y value was started incrementing till I stopped this manually by the keyboard interruption. So the I value was continuously incrementing. What do you think would be the I value here? So I know it's a guess. What you can give a rough range, maybe 1 lakh, 2 lakhs. So what's your guess? Will it be in hundreds in just 30 seconds? Till what value I would have been incremented? 1 lakh, 10 lakhs, or just 100? You'll just, okay, 5 lakh. Okay, let me quickly run it. So you can just see it, it's not even 5 lakh, it's bigger than that. In 30 seconds, if I just didn't stop it, the I value was endlessly incrementing, right? So we were using the increment statement and stopping, we were printing only 1 to 5 or 3 to 12. But in 30 seconds, the I value was continuously incremented to this value. This is so fast, like the so if you make sure, if you are working with some projects, look carefully when you are working with while loops, where you have given a condition. So do check like you are not giving any infinite while loop conditions. You should have some statement which becomes false. So this is one way of interrupting the while loops. So let's learn the conditional statements, then we come back to the break statement. So conditional statements is a like it would allow us to make decisions in our code. So usually we have seen while loops to repeat a block of code, but what if like you want to print something where if some condition is meant, you have to print a particular statement, if else you have to print something else. So if you have some decisions to make in your code, then we have to use this conditional statements. So we'll start with understanding why conditional statements are important, like then we dive into else elif statements. So we have this concept of conditional statements in all programming languages. Like the loops are also there, like conditional statements are also there. The syntax changes. So if you have two conditions, then we use this if else statement. If you have more than two, then it becomes if elif else. If like there are 4 5 conditions, that would be like if elif else. So we'll see how to write it. It's very simple only. It's uh, it's like reading the statements. You'll understand it easily itself. So I have a question here. What if true means here, if I enter I less than 10, this will be also true, but it will run till 9 out of loop. So if I less than 10, 0 less than 10, it's true, but it won't run till 9 and print till 9 and come out, because you're endlessly incrementing it. You don't have a condition. Okay, I less than 10, then you'll have print 1 to, yeah, just a second, if you have it. So you'll print till 1 to 10, right? You have to give a condition which would be always true. Here you can give I equal to 0. You can give some condition like I equal to 0 directly. Just a second. Yeah. So this is also infinite. Okay. No, no, no. I equal to 0. Make a condition which is always true. So instead of giving some condition which is always true, I just wrote true here. So think of a condition where you can give it here which is always true. So yeah. Okay. So if else statement, how to write a if else statement syntax is, if is the keyword, you have to give a condition, and then again indentation is here. So to enter a if block, so you have to make sure you follow this indentation, then you will come inside the if block here. So yeah, I'm really sorry for inconvenience today. I had to change my laptop, change my headphones today. So yeah, if my voice is not clear, just give it in the text again, because we even have this Ganesh Nimarjan today here, and so there might be noise. Like if it's lots of disturbance, then I'll see like what I can do then, because it's starting now. So if you hear some background noise and it's disturbing, that you can even put that in the chat, because they are like playing the music in the back end in the society. So I'm really sorry for today, because of this Ganesh immersion. Like we have lot of disturbances. So yeah. So I see a question. Yeah, you can even write false there, but then you will never enter the while block, because to enter a while block, the condition has to be true. So okay, so let's see this if condition here. So if I just want to write a simple if condition example, let me take a example of age equal to 16. So if I've taken age equal to 16, that means I've created a variable age where I'm storing a value 16 to it. So if age greater than or equal to 18, I'm giving a condition again. I want to print, I want to make a decision here. You are eligible for vote. So here too, once you create a variable age equal to 16, so I'm making a decision like I have to enter this block of if statement if only this condition is true. So same like the while loop, you can enter this if condition only when this condition is true here. So it would check 16 greater than or equal to 18, it's false. So you're not going to enter this block, and it would be like empty, nothing is printed here. Maybe if there is some statement after this, that would be printed, but this statement is not printed because the condition is false here. So to enter this block, this condition has to be true. So suppose the age is 19. 19 greater than or equal to 18. Is it true or false? So if I check 19 greater than or equal to 18, it's true. So the condition is true. So I'm going to enter the if block, and it would print whatever is there. Like if other than print also, if some logic is here, it would execute that, and then it would come out of the loop. So you are eligible for vote. The same example, instead of creating the variable directly, I can take age as input from user. So I can use like age equal to, using the input function, I'll take the input, your age, and the same, like I can just use the same thing. Something is missing here. Like did we did do the input function yesterday, right? So if I run this, I'm going to get error for sure. So how can I fix it? If I just run it, so I just got the error, right? So how should I fix this error? Because of the input function int, correct Mohan? It's int, because input function always take input like a string here. So you're comparing string with a number. So not supported, like the condition statement, like greater than or equal to, not supported with string and integer. So how to fix it? I have to do the data type conversion here. You run it. Now you can enter some age, so you are eligible for vote. So this is simple if condition when you have one decision to make. What if there are two decisions to make? So if you have to make two decisions, then you have to use if else. Before we try this if else, which is also easy to understand, you can try this activity, like write a program that checks if a number is positive. So you are checking only positive. Forget about negative and zeros. So simple like this. So try this activity so that you'll get to use to this syntax here. Don't forget this colon and don't forget the spacing. You can try on your sheet. So you can use the if block and write a program which checks if a number is positive. Do try it. If you want me to repeat, I would help you. Oh, the music in the society has started. If it's disturbing for you all, just put it in the chat. Then maybe we'll see if I can. Can you please let us know when to use brackets, semicolon, or colon? Can we write print statement without brackets? No. So these are syntaxes. Like here, we don't have brackets in Python programming language. To enter the if block is the indentation. So it's a two spacing or the four spacing. This colon is important. So if you can see the syntax of if, it's written here. If is the keyword, this is fixed. You have to give some condition based on your logic. Then the colon is fixed. To enter, when you're using the Google Colab, when you press enter, automatically you will enter inside the block with some spacing. But make sure you, when you have two three statements, make sure you maintain the consistency of spacing. Four spaces, you maintain the consistency. So we don't have brackets with Python programming language. So collab link for today's lesson, you're asking, Shweta? So, like once we have the final group, so I'll be sending the collab links in the WhatsApp group also every day, and even the Google collab link, whatever you get it. So in that, everyday links would be updated before lesson. So yeah. So here, I'll also type it. So instead of taking like a input, I'm just typing it here. If number less than, so greater than zero, print positive. So I created a variable which whether number equal to 10. We know like 10 less than 10 greater than 0 is true. We are going to enter the if block. It would just print positive here. So if my number was -1, so you don't see any output because we didn't enter the if block itself because the condition was false. -1 is not greater than 0. So if it's 0 also, you won't get any output. If it was number greater than or equal to, then you would have seen positive because I have mentioned like greater than equal to here. So so this is a simple if block, right? So if we have to work with two conditions. So an else statement can be combined with an if statement to execute a block of code if the condition is false. So if you have two conditions, it would check if the condition, if this is false, only then it would go and check for the else statement. And for the else, you don't have to give any condition. So for example, we have this age example again. You take the input of age from the user. It would check if age is greater than or equal to 18. If it's true, you will directly enter the if block. So it won't bother about the else block at all. If this is false, then it would go for the else block, and whatever written inside the else block would be printed. So the syntax is, you have if and you have a condition, you give the colon, then you write the code like according to whatever logic you are printing, you write the code. And else, so you come out of this block by backspace again. So you write the else, the colon is again there, the syntax, and to enter the else block, again the spaces. So if I just run this, so I can enter 67. What would be the output? If I just print enter 67 here, will it print you are eligible for vote or not eligible or both? So what would be the output here? Will it print you are eligible for vote, not eligible, or both the statements? Eligible, right? Correct. So first it would check 67 greater than or equal to 18. It's true. So you're going to enter the if block. It would print you are eligible for vote, and then you're going to come out of it. If I just run it again, if I just give 5 years, so it would check if block 5 greater than or equal to 18. It's false. Then it would come to the else block, and whatever is here, it would be printed. Okay. Not eligible. So the same, one more example where you have positive and negative now. You have taken a value n equal to 0. If n greater than or equal to 0, print positive, else negative. If I run this program, what would be the output? Will it print positive or negative or error? Correct, Varalakshmi. So what would be the output here? And which IDE to use for practice notebook? You can use the Google Colab itself. It's an online IDE. Positive, correct? Well, if I just run it, it's positive. If I have something like -3, what would be the output if I just run it? So logically also like, yeah, negative, yeah. So okay, I can print whatever I want, right? So what would be the output? ABC, correct. So it's checking the condition. Whatever condition is true, that block statements gets executed here. So if I just have, what would be the output now? Correct RS ABC, yeah. What would be the output now? Error, correct. Because it's a string. If you're comparing string, yeah, strings are not supported with this mathematical operations. So either I have to convert the data type using in function or remove the brackets here. So it would print ABC here. So if you have more than one statement, if, elif, else, so it's a combination of if and else here. It's if else combination, which is elif here. So if you have more conditions, then we are going to use if, elif, else. So with same age example, age equal to 16. So if it's less than 13, you are going to print like you are a child. you have one more condition. If age is less than 18, you are going to print you are a teenager. You like other than these two statements, anything else you are going to print it like you are an adult. So here you can even complicate the conditions also. We are keeping it very simple. So if I just run this, what do you think would be the output? I'm hoping like these conditional statements are clear for you. 16 less than 13, false. So 16 less than 18, true. So you're going to print teenager here. The same way, you have more examples just for practice. So here also you are going to write a program that checks if a number is positive, negative, or zero. So I made sure like we have the similar example so that you understand if else. So we have three conditions. Else we never give a condition. Anything other than these two statements would be printed zero. It would be the else statement would be printed here. And if you have more condition, then it becomes like if elif elif, and then the last statement would be else here. So if I just enter a number 789, then yeah, so it's printing positive here. So it's checking the condition. If condition is true, it won't check the other conditions also. It would just print this and come out of it. So if more conditions are there, it would be elif. So you do try a program because you'll get used to this indentation and the colons. So always if block, we have a colon here and this indentation. Other than that, for Python, we don't have much rules. For the print statement, it's a function. Like usually functions, 95% of the functions, we have this round brackets where you give inside the value. So like there are few functions, 5% of the functions, they are little different. We are going to encounter them also. So but usually 95% you see this brackets, you get a feel like it's going to be a function. So try this activity, like yeah. So score is 156, yeah. So you try this activity, like write a program that takes a user's age and prints a different message for each group. If child, age greater than less than 13, teenager if age less than 18, adult age less than 65, else senior. So you're going to have like four statements. So you can try take this as homework and try this. So you don't have to do it right away, but do try after the class, like just for 5 minutes, do type it from your end and look like if you are able to do it, then conditional statements are clear for you. So then, any questions before we go for the break keyword? You yeah, are you, yeah, you are allowed to unmute and speak. If it's if you feel it's necessary, you can do that. So I'm hoping it's clear. So
Is
let's,
Yeah, I have a question. Like,
yeah,
yeah, how many ellipses can you write like that? Because I've seen that you have written eventually.
your voice is cracking for me.
Yeah,
I'm not,
yeah, I think I have messaged you in the group. Wait, in the
you have a question?
yeah,
Okay. So can you put it in the chat, because for me your voice is little cracking. So today I have to have like lot of disturbance in the back end, and yeah.
okay, sure. I have sent it already.
Okay. So how many ellipses can we? Okay, there's no limit. So depending on the codes, like there's no limit. Like yeah, so you can use how many ever ellipses you want. So is else mandatory? Can we use only if only? So you can try that. Like it's a good question. Like whenever you have a question simple like this, so you can just like with only if also it did work, right? If elif, so the same thing you run it. Okay, yeah. So if elif, then there should be some condition. So only for else we don't have a condition, right? If n less than 0, so it would work. But make sure like if elif, then for all the elif statements also there should be conditions. So only for else we don't have conditions. So yeah, on the Google Colab, try different things. You'll get to you get used to it. So the break keyword. So the break keyword is other way to come out of the while loop. So there's another way to stop a loop, whether it's an infinite loop or even a finite loop. If you want to stop in between when it meets some condition, then we can use this break keyword. A finite loop executes for a fixed number of times. To stop a loop, use the break keyword. We'll see how to use it. Like let's stop the infinite while loop in the previous code when the number value reaches 70. So what we are going to do is, first we'll create a infinite while loop and then break it when the value reaches 70. So I equal to 1 while true. So it's going to be an infinite while loop, right? I equal to I plus, yeah, you can have anything, I plus 2 or I plus 1. You can have some other mathematical statement also. It's simple to understand, so I just put in here. So it's an infinite while loop. So if I want to break it, if I want to break it using this break keyword, I'll give a condition. If I value reaches 70, break. So if I just print I, it would be now 70 itself. So inside the while block, which is an infinite while block here, so unfortunately, so we just given a if block. So if I reaches 70, so if you can see, like I've given double equal to. In Python, when you give single equal to, that means you are allocating a value, like you are assigning a value to that particular variable. When you give double equal to, that means you are checking the equality, you are checking if that value is equal to 70 or not. So you double equal to, in the sense here you are checking if I is 70 or not. So if you run this, it's a while loop where, okay, so just a second, if it's I plus 2, so we don't uh, okay, just a second, let me write one itself. So what happened, I plus 2 is like, it was like 243, yeah. So after reaching 68, it's equal to 68 equal to 68 plus 2 again 70. It should break. Yeah. But we have to make sure we write the logics clearly. So sometimes if you just write I plus 3, is there a chance like we reach 70? So, okay, yeah. You can even write I plus 2. So what exactly is happening here? When I write I plus 2, each time I run it, so I equal to 1 while true, I've just given like I plus 2. So each time it's becoming from 1 plus 2, it's 3. Yeah, it's becoming 3, then next time 5. So I'm never reaching this 70 value here when I write 2. So I'm going through all the odd numbers. So that's the reason uh, it was into again the while loop. So I never entered this while if block itself, because uh, I didn't got any number 70 here. So if I just write this condition with I plus 1, it's actually breaking at the value 70, and we are getting the output, right? If I just use the same thing and write I plus 5, will I get the output 70, or will it be the infinite while loop itself? If I run this, so first I value was 1, you enter the block, then the I value reaches 6, then it would check like 6 equal to 70, not true, it is not going to enter the if block. Again it would it's again true, so 6 plus 5, it would be 11. It would check, it won't break. 11 plus 5, it's 16. 16 plus 5, likewise it would continue. It never gets a value 70 because of the logic I've written. So it's not, it's still in the infinite while block. If I just print I, it's going to be some bigger value. So to enter this if block also the condition should be true, right? So I hope you understood what exactly is happening by changing I plus 2, I plus 1. So if it's I plus 1, simply we are reaching the 70 value for I, we are entering the if block and it's breaking. If I write I plus 5 or I plus 2, they are becoming the odd numbers. I'm never reaching the 70. Maybe then you have to change some value for according to this, like odd numbers, like break it when it's 7, then it would break it. So you have to see carefully the logics here. So you can even start from I equal to 0 also, like it would work. So if it's 0, it would be next like 246, then it would be infinite while loop again, because you're not going to have odd numbers now. So it's a even number cycle now. So it's better than I write 3. It would be okay. Sorry. Yeah, so see carefully the conditions also. But just from this activity what I expect is that if you have infinite while loop, using the if condition you can break the infinite while loop using the break keyword. That's it. So it's about the break keyword we are using it here. So we are going to come to an interesting activity where you're going to see loops inside the loop. So it's a while loop, and then inside the while loop you have a one more while loop. So here you have while loop, and inside it you have a breaks if statement, right? The same way you can have a while loop and you can have a one more while loop inside. We call it like nested while loops. So here we are going to create a small multiplication table of 2 and 3 using the nested while loops. So we'll go slowly, but yeah, it's interesting. This activity is interesting to print the tables with just 4 to 5 lines of like 6 to 7 lines of code, like instead of repeating the codes again and again. So we expect the output like this, but not horizontally. We are going to get the tables one after other, like 2 table, then the 3 table and 4 table. So the syntax is like this: like you have a while loop, you give a condition, you have outer loop body, then you have one more while inside it. Before we go for while loop, so first what I want you to try is try creating simple 2 table, like not even 2 table. I want the output to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. So forget about this multiplication symbol equal to and all. Just try using the while loop. Try getting this output. If you are able to do this, just put it in the chat. Simple while loop. So you just print 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 using while loop, and you can formulate the logic accordingly using the while loop. Take a minute, try it. Okay, well, Lakshmi, I equal to 2, I less than equal to 11. So I'm just copying your input and putting it here. So you were giving me the solution this. So yeah, so I have to give the indentation to be inside this. So if I start with I equal to 2, I 2 less than or equal to 11, it's true, you are going to enter in this block. So print I. So each time it's 2, 4, 6, yeah. So I want till 20, so I can make it till 20. So this is one method. If it's 3 table, then what would be the logic? If I want 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. If it's 3 table, then so the same logic using multiplication also I can do this, like I can, instead of taking I, what I can do here is, yeah, okay, let me take I itself. I while I can directly print I into 2. So the same output I can get through this logic also. So from 1 to 10, but I each time I'm multiplying it. So instead of so you're going to get the same output, but the logic is different here. So I have initialized I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 10. So I'm printing I with 2 each time. Like it would be, I would be reaching from 1 to 10, so it would be like 1 into 2, 2 into 2, 3 into 2, sorry, 2 into 3. So you can do this like this also. So you can take one more variable where I can write 3. Instead of number here, I can give variable here. So it would be 3 table now. If I just change the number here to 4, it would be 4 table. It would be like some other 188. It would be 188 table, right? So the simple program, I can now add this cross and equal to make it look like a uh, table here. So correct RS, your input is also correct. Yeah. So I can see. Okay. So what I can do now is, so simple two table. I want to look, I want it to look something like this: 2 into 1 equal to 2, 2 into 2 equal to 4. So you can also try it. What I'm going to do here is, so first it should be 2 table, right? I can take W. So since I've stored the value 2 in W, so I can take W. Then, so instead of cross, I can directly take a capital X as a string. So then it should multiply with I. So I is going from 1 to 10. So now I need an equal to also, right? So I can give equal to here. Then it should look like, then the output like 2 into 1 equal to 2, 4. So here the logic. So I multiplied by W. So it would like a 2 table now. So I can even print table of W. Okay, it's printing each time, right? I can print table of W. Sorry, okay. Table of W, yeah. Table of 2. So if I just change this to 3, then I'm going to get the 3 table, change it to 67, then I'm going to get the 67 table, right? So instead of changing it again and again, if I want 3 tables, I have to repeat this block of code 3 times, right? So instead of repeating this block of code 3 times, if I want this 2, 3, 4 table at once, so I want to write one more while loop which would iterate through the table also. So once it completes the 2 table, it should shift to the 3 table. And then after completing the 3 table, it should shift to the 4th table. So with loop inside loop, I want to iterate one more number also here. So instead of printing each table separately, instead of like, again, if I want 3 table, I have to copy this code, then I change it to 3 and then get the 3 table. Then I still made some automated automation here, but still, like if I want 4 table, yeah. But instead of writing this 3 times like this, I want to use loop inside loop, which is like nested while loop, and make this code work for 2, 3, 4 table at once. So the same code, what I'm going to do it here is, so I want to increment this 2 also to 2, 3, 4, right? I need to write one more condition here, which would do this work for me. So what I'll do here is, I have initialized I equal to 1. Uh, so yeah, so let me do this. So first I'll type it, then I'll explain. You can also try it if you want. Next, I'll keep typing it. You can also think of it like how to use this loop inside loop and get 2, 3, 4 table at once. So the simple syntax is this: while condition. If you have one more while, you have like inside it while and condition. Think of what would be the logic where you can get 2, 3, 4 table at once. So what I'm going to do is, so I want this number to increment So let's change this. Yeah. So I want to change this W to 4. So I want 2, 3, 4 table, right? So I want to increment this 2 table till 4. So I just wrote 2 less than or equal to 4 is one condition, because after 4 table I want to break it. So here I'm initializing one more variable, which is I equal to 1. So I'll q less than or equal to 10. I want to print. So to be inside this while block, I should write it. So okay, I've just taken it like I. So yeah, so w equal to 2. So if it's 2 less than or equal to 4, it's true. So you're going to enter the first while loop, and then it will see like I equal to 1. One more variable is created where I equal to 1. Then it would check one more text line. It's a while block again. I less than or equal to 10. So it's true, it would enter here. So it would be like w is now 2 into 1 equal to the 2 table. So I would iterate like 10 times. Then it should come out of the block. You should print some like after each table I want to put a line with stars. Now I want to increment this w also. W equal to, if you're not able to get it, don't worry, like we are going to discuss it again. So it's a simple while loop inside while loop for creating the tables 2, 3, 4 at once. So if I just run it, so what is happening here is you have two while loops, right? First I initialized a variable which is w equal to 2. So if you check here, the next line 2 less than or equal to 4, it's true. So you're going to enter this while block. So then it's creating one more variable which is I equal to 1. So one more while loop inside it, it would check I less than or equal to 10, which is 1 less than or equal to 10. It's true. You're entering here. So then it's print whatever, like Python always execute line by line. So it would check like print w is 2 multiplied x. It would print I now, which is 1, and equal to 2 into 1, which is 2. After printing this, there is this increment statement. I value is becoming 2 here. Then it would check to come out of this inner loop. The inner loop should run till the condition becomes false. So today, like since I changed this laptop, like I don't have that marker to point out to do it. Like if you're not understanding, tomorrow I'll do it again with writing here and showing it to you clearly. So I'm just able to tell you, but I'm not able to mark it down on the screen today because I didn't install it yet in this new laptop. So you check it. So the condition is repeated 10 times. Then when the I value reaches 11, I less than or equal to 10, if it's false, it's coming out of the loop. Then it would see like there's a print statement with this line. It's printing here. Then the w value, the initial w value is 2 here. So 2 plus 1, the new w value is 3. So it goes again here. So 3 less than or equal to 4. So it's true. So again, the inner loop will work 10 times for the w value for 3. Then when the I value becomes 11, it would again come out of this inner block. So it would print the stars. Then the w value from 3, it would increment to 4. So here for one outer loop, 10 times the inner loop is working because of the condition. So likewise, you're getting the three tables. When the w value reaches 4 plus 1, 5, it checks the condition 5 less than or equal to 4, false. So you're going to come out of this loop. So it's line by line executing. So if the same thing, if I just change the logic, so if I just write I equal to outside here, the whole story changes. You are entering here, w less than equal to 4, it's true. So I less than equal to 10. So you can see that you got only two table, because the I value is always 11, because we are not again initializing I equal to 1. So here you are inside this loop itself. The I value, once it reaches 11, it's print this. it would again increment the w value to 3. It would check the I value which was 11 again, so it will never enter this block again. So you get only two table and three stars here, like only stars here if you write this I value equal to 1 outside. So you write it on paper and see how this loop inside loop is working. So if you just change it to 10 here, then you are going to get the table still 10. So you try changing the values and see what is happening here. If you change I less than equal to 3, it would be only 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 3 6, 3 multiplied by 1 equal to 3, only till 10 times again. So just by changing the values here, whole story is changing. Like if I just uh, so with the same code, if you keep changing and working, you will have a good understanding about how while loops are working, how you are entering a particular code if the condition is true, how you are coming out of it when the condition meets false. So try this. So if you have questions, we'll discuss about the while loop again tomorrow, the nested while loop again tomorrow. But try this activity, and do try this activity about the conditional statements also. Try writing this 5 lines of code. Take 5 to 10 minutes, write it. Then you'll have a clear idea of the syntax also. So syntax of giving the colons, and you get a practice of it. It's very simple. Just go to file, make your own copy, and do try all these activities from your end. And after each class, I try to you try to make a copy at the start of the class itself, so that you have some empty blocks to type it. Because once I finish the class, in the copy I've sent you, all the codes would be there for you. So it would be updated from your updated in your copies too. So do work on the copy where you initially made it, and you have answers anyway in the link I have sent it to you. So, but yeah, if you forget to make it in the starting for some reason, then you can just remove the codes and try it also. So that's all for today's lesson, where we have talked about while loop, infinite while loop, conditional statements, even the break keyword, and nested while loops. Tomorrow we are going to see one more important concept of coding, which is functions. What exactly are functions? Till now, whatever we are using, it's all ready-made functions we were using. The print statement, input statement. If you want to custom create your own functions, user-defined functions, what is the syntax for it? What is a global keyword and local global variable and local variable? So we are going to discuss that. So the course is about like around 4 months. So we have 80 plus lessons like this. We just finished like, yeah, 3 lessons. So we have like around 80 plus lesson plans like this to complete. So slowly we'll advance to uh, little advanced topics. We just started with basics. So if it's overwhelming when you're learning for the first time, take it slow. Do run it from your end, see it, not very complicated topics. And Python is very beginner friendly programming language. So any questions? If you have any questions, you can stay back. If not, so we are going to see you tomorrow.